Okay, in this part of the lesson, we're going to be working with estimating our diameter. So we're still going to use that same formula that we used in our previous video, and that is circumference equals pi times our diameter. So we still need our diameter, we still are going to use pi, and we're still working with circumference. It's just that now they're telling us the circumference. So we're going to piece in the information that we know. So we have here that our circumference equals 31.4. So our C part of our equation is 31.4. That's going to go right in the spot. 31.4 equals, do we know pi? Yes, we do. That's 3.14. Times, do we know the diameter? No, they're not giving us any information there, so we're just going to put a D. Okay, so now you're going to reference back to what you guys did way earlier in the year, where you're working to get this D all by itself. I want it to say D equals or have D by itself on one side. Right now it's 3.14 times D. So how would I get rid of that? I would divide by 3.14 to get rid of this multiplying by 3.14. Whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other, 3.14. So now if I take 31.4 divided by 3.14, that's going to give me 10. So I just found out that my diameter equals 10, and our unit was inches. Okay, that's an estimate. So sometimes you might get a long decimal number, just round. They'll probably tell you to round either to the nearest unit or to the nearest 10. So you just have to pay attention. Okay, I would not write the entire long decimal number if that's what you get. So here it says the circumference of a roll of tape decreases 5.25 inches. Estimate the diameter of the roll after the decrease. Okay, so I got to bring this back out because we're still using this information. So we have this roll of caution tape and it decreased. So the circumference, this part, decreased by 5.25. So they measured it before they started. Then they measured that circumference again, like they took a measuring tape and measured around it, and it had dropped 5.25. So if it decreased, we're going to subtract. So 31.4 minus 5.25 leaves me now with a circumference. So my C is now going to equal 26.15. So now they want us to estimate the diameter. I know, I would usually just check the diameter, but they're having us work a different method of our skills. So our circumference equals pi times diameter. So our circumference is now 26.15. 26.15 equals pi is 3.14 times our diameter. Okay, I want to get D all by itself. So we're going to divide by 3.14 to get rid of it. Whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other. Reviewing skills from earlier this year. So 26.15 divided by 3.14 gives me 8.32805. I'm just going to say it's about 8.3. And our units was inches. Okay, I chose to go to the nearest tenth because that's what they had done there. But if you wanted to say or 8 inches, that would be fine too. Sometimes it'll just tell you in your instructions what to round to. Okay, so let's try one more of these. Okay, the circumference of the caution tape decreased 10.5 inches after a construction worker uses some of the tape. So we're going to say this is what it started out with when we bought it, is 31.4, and it decreased 10.5 inches for the circumference after the construction worker used it. What is the best estimate of the diameter of the roll? So it decreased 10.5 inches. So I want you guys to pause your video, work your way through this one and see if you can find out, just go to the nearest whole number, what your diameter of that tape is now. Okay, so you should have gotten approximately 6.6, but because I told you to go nearest inch, you could round that up to 7 inches for the diameter. Okay, so just a reminder, sometimes they're going to give you the circumference. You're just going to go ahead and substitute in the information given, remembering that that pi symbol stands for 3.14, and then solve for that missing part.